So is it worth having an eBay store these days or not? We're going to delve into that, and we're going to show it to you by the numbers. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to discuss whether it's worth it or not to actually have an eBay store these days. We'll give you some numbers. We'll break it down. We're going to go to eBay and we're going to look at the actual costs in just a moment here. Now, there's two philosophies with getting a store or not getting a store on reasoning. Now, some people think that a store will help you and it'll give you more views, it'll give you more accessibility, you'll be able to list more items for the same basic price without investing too much more into it. Now, some other people think that eBay holds back those people in the stores who have a store. Those who just have random listings that they list up routinely, some people feel that those see better visibility. Now, there's no way to test that or know for sure, so I don't pay any attention to that aspect because I don't have any control over that. So let's hop over and look at eBay itself. Now, we're at eBay right here just to give you the basics. The basics on this are that you can list 250 items per month for free. So the average casual seller won't even need to have a store if they're just throwing some items up. If you do this for a living, chances are you have more than 255 listings. If you plan on doing this long term, like us, you could have tens of thousands of active listings on eBay at any given time. Now, over the 250 listings that they give everybody for free without a store, if you list more than those 250 listings, every single listing after that, listing 251 all the way up to infinity, will cost you an extra 35 cents per listing per month. So there's a figure calculated into that right there. They give you the math breakdown right there. Now, delving into this just a little bit here, here's the breakdown on the costs. A starter store, and again, we'll show you down here in just a second what you get with the starter store. But the basics are at $7.95, that is what it would cost you a month to get a starter store. If you list 273 items on eBay, you get 250 for free, and that's 23 more listings. It would cost you more than $7.95 to list those items. So right off the bat, looking at the price-wise, it will lower your costs. Now, you got to be careful, too, because it does lower the fees down with the starter store to 30 cents instead of 35 cents. So, again, you'll have to calculate the difference on the fees. Once it's impractical, you're paying more than the cost of a $7.95 membership, you'll definitely want to move over. So if your costs to list the items that you have now are more than it would cost you to get a store, get the store. That's the basics. It's all you need to worry about. So even going up here, if you renew it and you plan on doing this going forward, just do it the yearly rate here. It will give you a better price. So you don't have to list very much to save money right off the bat. For $5, you can lower your overall cost by 5 cents per listing. That may not sound like a lot, but if you've got hundreds of extra listings, 500, 600 listings up there, that 5 cents can add up. It's every single month. It could be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars more you'd be paying by not having a store when those numbers are what you have in your store, when you have 600, 1,000 listings. Now, again, you can see the price. We actually have an anchor store. We pay the $299.95 a month to get all the benefits. We can list up to 100,000 items for that price without any extra initial fees on them. So that's the big factor. Again, it breaks it all down right here. So whenever the value, the amount is that you're going to have to pay out at the level of store you're at now, if it's cheaper to go up to the next level, that's when you would go up. I wouldn't do it right away. I would wait till you had a couple months where you're spending a little more than it would cost you to get a store level, up the store level a bit. And as you go through, the more you list, the more you'll need for listing-wise. You may not have to have a store at all. If you don't have 250 listings up, you don't need a store. You're probably going to come out far better if you've got 250 listings or less not having a store. Yes, there's some things that you can do. For the $4.95 starter store here, you can have advertisement options and some automation as well. Again, it depends on what store level you want, what store level you need. If you are importing your listings to eBay, you may automatically have a couple hundred, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 listings, and you want to import them. So your option day one, if you're going to cross list from, say, Amazon to eBay, would to be automatically getting a premium store level or whatever store level you need. That's the key. Knowing what it's going to cost you. Just a little bit of simple math can easily solve that dilemma for you. Again, if you're paying to list individual items at 35 cents a pop without a store, and you're spending, say, $10 a month in extra list fees, go ahead and get the store, for crying out loud, especially if you've been doing it for a couple months. You'll save right off the bat. And the difference between, say, the monthly renewal versus the yearly renewal is $3. So that'll automatically save you even more money. Again, it may not sound like a lot. That's only $36 a year, but that's $36 for free that you're just given, and you're actually saving more money because your list fees are now only 30 cents. A basic store, $27.95, or again, if you're going to do it full-time, you want to do this full-time, $21.95 a month. And that brings your listing fees down to 15 cents. The biggest factor here is your fixed price, bins, buy it nows, drops down to 10 cents. So without a store, you're paying 35 cents per listing per anything over the $2.50. But let's say you have the premium store here at what, $21.95? It's only 10 cents a listing for any listing over 10,000 listings. And in some categories at that level, you got 50,000 more listings. So you don't really need to worry or do anything extra to get that. So that's a big plus there as well. You've got the quantity, you've got all that aspect of it there too. So you may not even need the level that you're at now if you're unaware of the math and how the math works on here. Again, we have the Anchor Store. We could drop down. We would lose Anchor Store support and a few other features, but again, that's an option there that we could do. Our renewal date's coming up here. You have to lower your level at the renew month is how it works. So if you do it a week or two before, you just won't get any refund as well. So look at those, look at where you're at. You could lower your costs immensely by dropping down levels too if you're at a higher level since eBay changed it. Now in the past, you only got 10,000 free listings as an Anchor Store, and then you paid 5 cents for every listing over that amount. So in the past, many people like us had several different Anchor Stores to lower the cost per item in there. So you'd get 10,000 free and you wouldn't be paying that massive amount for 10, 20, 30,000 extra listings. So at the end of the day, all you got to do is the math. Are you spending more than $7.95 a month in listing new items on eBay? If you are, get the store. If you plan on doing this full-time going forward, do it on a yearly basis. It's only $4.95. So it's a killer price at that. I know a lot of people think that the prices are high, but it used to be a heck of a lot more right off the bat. So again, take a look at that, think about that right off the bat, and you could be saving money by going out and getting yourself a store. Plus you get extra features, automation, you get business policies, you can set up automatic features that do things for you as well that eBay will handle, and you won't have to do them anymore, like automatically leaving feedback. Excellent one. Automatically sending out notices when you list new items for people that follow you, and all sorts of other things out there. In my opinion, if, again, the cost that you're spending to list your items is more than the store fee, get the store. It's well worth the difference. Now, I'm not big on pushing, hey, get this. I don't get a dime from telling you this at all. I'm not a eBay paid sponsor in any way, shape, or form, but I honestly have had an eBay store for a very long time, and I wouldn't go any other way with it. My take on it is, as long as you're saving money, it's well worth it across the board, regardless of what you're doing. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Walks downstairs and loner in pairs and makes this linkety sound. A spring has sprung, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's linking.
separately in metal and plastic.